The New Richmond School District has completed the work towards alignment to the Common Core state standards with our English Language Arts course of study. This has been a 2-year endeavor in our school district as we have attempted to use the Common Core state standards to be a guiding force in the development of a framework about what we're teaching in our K-12 program. What you have in front of me or behind me is the high school courses of study for English 9 through 12, and these reflect the Common Core state standards, and included in the Common Core state standards are some very excellent works, including the breadth of informational text that has been a significant change in our program. We have a balance of informational text and literary text as well. The Common Core state standards were developed in our nation in an attempt to help our public education become more competitive. As a result of attempt studies, it has become apparent that our nation is lagging behind in competition with other nations educationally. A group of people came together and across our country developed what is now called the Common Core state standards. Ohio has joined the PARC consortium, and PARC is the Partnership for Assessment in Readiness for College and Career. And in readiness for college and career are the key words. When we initiated the planning process to prepare for the Common Core alignment, we started with a K-12 steering committee a year ago who met and evaluated the Common Core state standards and developed a strategy for our district to implement, and we implemented it this year. The Common Core state standards are designed to raise the level of expectation for academic achievement in our classrooms, and consequently we started with the high school program, and what we're trying to accomplish is making sure that our high school program is producing students that are college and or career ready as they leave New Richmond High School as a graduate. Our effort is not just in reading literature and informational text, but it's also in writing and speaking and listening, and in the language, which includes the conventions of writing and grammar as well. All of the department came together to work on this. All of the department came together to plan projects together, and I believe that we've got quite an interesting product. But one of the really exciting outcomes is that while we have worked at the high school and also the middle school level to prepare and align our curriculum, we've also been able to use this as a catalyst for conversations between our 3 elementary schools. Upon the completion of the high school meetings, then I was able to meet with the middle school teachers, and the middle school English Language Arts department came together for 2 days and evaluated the Common Core state standards and came together to develop a 7th and 8th grade English Language Arts curriculum that took what we currently teach, organized it to meet the Common Core standards alignment, and helped us to establish priorities. A couple of things very important in the middle school occur, and that is that the writing conventions and the instruction in writing really comes to an end at about that grade in terms of the rules and spelling and writing conventions and mechanics of writing and grammar. And we've got quite a focus, and that focus occurred after a meeting that occurred in district-wide back in in-service planning day in the fall, where the committee of English Language Arts teachers in the district came up with a term of non-negotiables. And non-negotiable terms means that there are specific objectives that are taught at each grade level that should be mastered at that grade level. It should be a non-negotiable for students, that they need to know these, they need to know them at that grade level, and they need to remember them from that grade level forward, because they are essential in the building blocks of being a successful student, being a successful writer, being a successful reader. And that really emanated from conversations district-wide, but it hit home in the middle school. Middle school being the end of formal grammar instruction. The middle school was using a grammar workbook for the first year, and they invited others to review that. And as a result of that, I'm proud and excited to say that we will be adopting a grammar booklet as well as a vocabulary booklet that will be used at each grade level, starting in 3rd grade. Grades 3 through 8 will have a series of grammar studies that are all from the same publisher, and they're all aligned to the Common Core, and will give us some real good uniformity in our grammar instruction and writing mechanics. As well, the vocabulary, which is an important part of reading, is also from the same company, so we will have some continuity. It also aligns with the Common Core state standards, and that emanated from conversations that occurred in the middle school. As we continued our work with the Common Core alignment of the English Language Arts courses of study and completed our 7-12 committee work, we had the opportunity then to bring grade level teachers in grades kindergarten through 6th grade together individually to work from 3 elementaries to create a common plan and a common voice for English Language Arts study in the New Richmond School District. And we followed the same process as we had in the secondary buildings, and then we started with 6th grade because 12th grade is preparing for college, 11th grade is preparing for 12, 8th grade is preparing for 9, 6th grade is preparing for 7. And we want to work backwards to be sure that we are supporting the grade level above us in preparing our kids to be college and career ready. We did use the framework of the Common Core state standards and the exemplar texts, informational text, poetry, and literary text as our model, and the 6th grade language arts teachers, English language arts teachers from 3 elementaries came together for 2 days and built a language arts curriculum map and a reading list that they will use, that students will read, and we talked about close reading strategies, and we talked about reading for evidence and reading for detail and the strategies that are necessary to be successful readers. And we continued that process from 6th grade, then into 5th grade, 4th grade, and 3rd grade. In our district, the content delivery begins in 3rd grade. The students really begin to learn the content in their core classes, English Language Arts, Math, Social Studies, and Science, beginning heavily in 3rd grade. And it was important that we had alignment in our elementaries and common agreement, or agreement on common readings that we would protect so that students coming together from 3 elementaries into the 7th grade all had the same background, all had the same experiences, all had read the same things, the same titles, the same informational text. And that was important. And prior to that, we had not had that experience. Kindergarten through 2nd grade model that we ended up with in our work with our kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade teachers is something about which I am the most proud, I believe. And that is because we have developed an intense focus as a result of several dynamics in the state of Ohio. Important to us is the Common Core state standards, but also the 3rd grade reading guarantee is something signed into law this summer. And those 2 pieces of legislation have become extremely important and a catalyst for created a focus on the acquisition of literary skills, literacy skills. Students have got to be able to read at the end of their second grade year, and if they're going to have a chance at being successful in grades 3 through 12 and beyond. And our focus in Richmond has really begun to zero in on that rich literature experience, that rich reading experience for children. In our district, the Board of Education will adopt the Harcourt Achieve program called Saxon Phonics, and it's an intense, research-based, systematic phonics program that will be delivered to all children in all classrooms, grades K to 2. In addition to that, what you will see in the portrayal of the English Language Arts programs in kindergarten and first and second grade is not so much a quarter-based plan, but a 10-month plan with many, many, many titles being read and being read to students. Because as you think of the evolution of a reader and the development and acquisition of reading skills, it starts first with listening skills in kindergarten. So the kindergarten presentation that will be presented on the wall is a list of some 180 titles that will be read to and with classrooms of students. Read alouds are the basis of establishing the first development and acquisition of reading skills. Children learn to read by listening first, and they learn to read then by acquiring the association of the alphabet, the alphabetic principles, phonics, phonemic awareness, and putting all those very, very important foundations of reading together to become readers. We begin our experience in kindergarten with a lot of read-alouds and a very rich literature-based classroom, and it continues into the first grade. And the first grade continues that thematic approach to English Language Arts with a very comprehensive 10-month planning calendar. Each of the kindergarten and first grade classrooms will be working with 6-week thematic units. Very much read aloud, because students are not yet reading on their own, but we're working towards teaching children to read, reading with children, to children, and eventually, as they develop those skills through our systematic phonics-based approach, that they will become adept in reading. And we believe that along with the other foundational standards in the Common Core, will help to make them effective students. We believe that the effort, the initiatives in K to 2 are the most important grade levels to get our children started with a strong foundation in reading that will lead to a lot of success. As a result, I believe that we will also realize some great success in our students' demonstrated achievement on the third grade reading test beginning next fall.